Okay, got it. And Steven is the one who converts them over to YouTube. Like, I don't even know how to do that. So when he gets home tomorrow, I'll have him do it and then I can send it over to you. Do you want me just to go ahead and get started, or do you want to start, Brandy? Do you want to say anything?
No, you're good.
Okay, awesome. Well, I won't take up too much of y'all's time. I'll keep this short and sweet, especially since we'll probably have people watching the replay. But Brandy asked me if I would chat with you guys about GoPro, Go MVP, and Go All Star. So I'm assuming if you're on this Zoom right now, or if you're watching the replay, you are most likely in your time frame to hit those things. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you, Edward. And then if you need to speak up or whatever, you just hit unmute, okay? Oh, you got it. Okay. So I'm assuming that you're in your time frame. So this is for you. I'm going to start by pre-framing this just a little bit with whenever I first got started. So I've been in Prove It now for 2 years and 4 months, which is insane. It literally feels like I just got started yesterday. So I cannot believe that it's been that long. But whenever I first got started, I was just insanely I, I could not believe what we had found. You know what I mean? Like, I had just barely started drinking the product just for a couple days whenever we jumped all in as a promoter. So I didn't have a true experience. I didn't have any kind of incredible weight loss testimony, fat loss testimony. I really didn't have anything except for the excitement about the possibility of what this could do. So I don't know everyone's situation here, but if you're like me and you don't have your own story yet, you can still crush this business really, really quickly in the beginning. A lot of people come in as a promoter, and unfortunately, they get it into their heads that, okay, I need to have this story. I need to have, lost 10 or 15 pounds and have a great before and better picture, and, be able to make sure I tell people that this really works before I start sharing it. Well, it's the opposite, y'all. Whenever you get started with this and you want to start sharing it, you want to share it with your friends and family right away. Mandy is the one that introduced me to ketones. She started drinking it for like over a week before she even told me about it. And I wanted to kill her. I was like, I cannot believe that you've been drinking this and you haven't told me about it. She was like, I wanted to see if it was going to work before I shared it. I'm like, I want to see if it's going to work with you. Like, I don't want to wait for you to lose weight. I don't want to wait for you to have an incredible experience. And then me, like, I want to do this with you. So I kept that in my mind. And when I got started, I wanted to share this with everybody. I have been in community-based marketing, network marketing for several years now. I think maybe like 6 years. So I did have a little bit of an advantage because I did know a little bit, but it was nothing like this. You know what I mean? So whether you've done something like this before or not, we're all on the same playing field, right? What we have is something like what no one else has. So we have a really, really awesome opportunity to share something that everyone needs. We're not selling something that's just geared specifically for women. We're not selling something that's specifically geared for people who need to lose weight. My 2-year-old drinks this, y'all. Like, he doesn't need to lose weight. So keep that in mind, that everyone needs to know about this. You're not limited to your cousin who needs to lose 20 pounds. It's everybody. So leave no stone unturned. You're going to want to tell every single person that you know about this. So when I first got started too, and most likely all of you, you get so excited in the beginning. You start going through the rewards plan. You hear about the Champ 6 and getting the car bonus, and everything is just so exciting. But at the same time, it's all really, really confusing, right? Brandy, I don't know about you, but when I first started, I was like, I don't understand this comp plan, which there's no comp plan in the world that I would understand, honestly. But I was just like, I need to know all these things. I need to know how to get to this rank. I need to know what I need to do. And so I was reading through it, and the people that I got started with, that I was working with, I'm sure you guys know, Michael Rutherford was one of them. And he was like, girl, don't worry about any of that stuff. Like, Do not worry about how to do anything. All you need to know is how to hit GoPro and go MVP, and then we'll worry about the rest later. So I always like to tell everybody, like, pump the brakes. I think it's so cool that you want to be a champ, because everybody does. We all do. But what you want to focus on is how to get there, right? I'm also reading a book right now called Atomic Habits. Just started reading it. If you guys have never read it, I just started it, but I highly recommend it. It was recommended by some of my mentors that I, admire very much. So I just knew that this was going to be a good book for me. But something that it says in this book is a lot of people focus on goals all the time, and I've always been that way too. Like, okay, what is my goal? All right, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to be a champ, or I want to be a legend, or I want to do this, I want to do that. So you focus on your goal, and then you're not creating the habits that you need to be able to hit that goal. So if you'll think about it like, okay, my goal is I want to hit MVP. So what are the things that someone who has hit MVP, what are they doing? What would they do? So it's kind of like, what would Jesus do? But but it's like, what would an MVP person do? Or what would a champ do? What would a legend do? So every day I like to think, before I'm doing something for my business, I think, is this something that the person that the thing that I want to do or I want to be, is this what they would be doing? So for MVP and GoPro, so some of you guys may still be in your GoPro period, this is basically going to be coming from people that you know and love and trust. As you go on into your business, we can show you how to extend your we can show you how to, do attraction marketing and get more people to come into your business that you never knew or you forgot you knew, and all these different things. But your Go Challenge happens really quick. You only have 30 days. So we don't have a whole lot of time to go into all of those things in the very beginning of your business. So what you have to do is talk to the people that you know, right? So Facebook is amazing. Instagram is amazing. And we're going to encourage you to make a great post. And we, I'm sure you guys are working with Brandy or whoever, or Krista, whoever you're working with. We have an incredible support team that have been doing this. We've all been doing this for a really long time. So we can give you some really great examples and ideas and verbiage on some awesome things to put on your Facebook and Instagram to create attraction and get people, asking you what you're doing and all those things. But honestly, you may or may not get a great response from that. Where you're going to hit your GoPro and your Go MVP, where that volume is going to come from, is from the people that you reach out to. Did I freeze? Am I frozen? No. Okay. It's going to be from the people that you're reaching out to. So I would for sure have a keto life party if you haven't already. So that's one of the very first things. It's kind of like the grand opening of your business, your kickoff launch of your business. And if you guys don't know what a keto life party is, we can go into that a little bit more on something else, or Brandy can tell you guys about it. But basically, it's so simple. You're just going to get some of your friends and family to come over. It can be at your house, a coffee shop, a restaurant, your church fellowship hall, literally anywhere. Get a few people together, shake up some ketones. If you have another prover that you're working with that's local to you and nearby, and you can get them to come and support you, that way you feel a little bit more comfortable, that's amazing. But no big deal. If you don't live near whoever you're working with, that's okay too. Get one of us to zoom in just like this to your party. So you're sitting in your kitchen or wherever, you've got three or four friends over, you've just gotten started, so you really don't know how to answer their questions. You may not have a great story yet, like I was talking about, but you know what? We all do. We've been doing this for a while, and so we're confident about it. We're excited about it, so we can zoom into your party and help share our testimonies. So the Keto Life parties are great. Facebook and Instagram posts are wonderful, but what you're going to have to do is reach out to people. So this is the kicker. This is the key. This is the main ingredient, y'all. Your energy and your excitement about what you have. Like if you're not excited about it and you're not fired up, and people can't feel that and hear that in your voice, they may not be willing to spend $130 on something that they've never even tried. But if you come at them and you're like, girl, like, I don't know how y'all talk. This is just how I talk. So you for sure don't have to say girl, but I say girl about everything. Girl, oh my gosh, listen, I don't know if you've heard of this yet, but I found something amazing. I'm so freaking excited about it. My friend just lost 20 pounds. All it is this drink. If I send you this really short video, will you watch it for me? Because I just know you're going to love this. You know, whatever verbiage that you want to use, you just want to be super excited about it. So if you're already drinking ketones and you have even the slightest experience, it can be, listen, I have not slept worth a flip for years. I started drinking this stuff and now I sleep like a rock all night long. This is nuts. I cannot wait to see what this is going to do. There's a great story. Oh my gosh, I am literally so irritable. No one wants to ever be around me. But since I started drinking this stuff, I'm actually nice to my husband and my kids. There's your story. It can be every single day. I have to have something sweet at night before I go to bed. I get into the ice cream. I have a brownie. I'm digging in the cabinet for cookies. I've been drinking this for 3 days and I have not even wanted it. Boom, there's your story. So it does not have to be a life-changing, I lost 400 pounds. Like, it doesn't have to be anything like that. People are desperate. I don't know about y'all who are on this Zoom right now or who are watching the replay, or Brandy or whoever, like, where I was before I found this was such a crappy place. Like, I was literally praying for something to come along and help me. I had a newborn baby. We were broke as a joke. I felt like I was just spiraling into this deep hole. Basically, it was terrible. And I was like, okay, God, I got to figure out something. What can I do? And I was actively looking for stuff, trying to figure out, you know, what I needed to do, what I needed to use, and how something that could help me and change my life. And this just came out of nowhere. Praise the Lord, right? So my prayers were answered. So how many people do you think are out there just like me? Or just like you, who are struggling and feeling like garbage and really just need something to help them? So we have it, y'all. And if we're not the ones to tell them about it, then somebody else will be. I cannot believe how quickly this conversation is spreading around, and how many people are, you know, finding out about it and getting into it. And would you not just die if your friend, your coworker, or your 14th cousin started posting about this on Facebook and they didn't hear about it from you? Like, I would die. I'm telling you, and it's happened to me. We had somebody who it came up on my pulse, who hit Champ 6, that lives 30 minutes from me, and they are not on our team. They are on someone else's team, and they hit Champ 6. And so that was heartbreaking for me. And it was also like, I mean, I was excited for him, whatever. Yeah, great. I'm proud you hit rank 6, but I wanted you on my team. You know what I mean? I went and I looked her up on Facebook, and we were Facebook friends, y'all. Like, I didn't know her personally, but we were Facebook friends, and she's with somebody else killing it 30 minutes from me. And you know what I mean? So it happens every day. So we got to get really, really specific about it. So I don't know what your goals are. I don't know all of you guys super personally, but when I came in, I was really just guns blazing because I was in a really bad financial situation. I did have a belief in the industry because I'd been doing stuff like this for a while. So I knew that you could really do some really big things if you had the right product, the right company, and you did all the things that you needed to do to be successful. So I thought, you know what, this is my chance. I'm going to go all in. And that's exactly what I did. My husband, Stephen Craig, I don't know if you guys know him or not, but we actually are so blessed. Now we get to do this together full time. But when we first got started, he was working full time and I was at home with the baby. But he helped me as much as I could. But we really just said, you know what, we're going to give this our all. And so we talked to everybody that we could. We got out and about. We did the keto life parties. We did the Facebook lives. That's another big one. And I think I saw Krista or somebody say that Amber just did a Facebook Live. That's one of the very first things that I did. So if you haven't done that, do a Facebook Live. We can give you some tips. Don't freak out. Like, I was nervous too because I'm not a big Facebook Live person. But it's a really great way people are nosy, right? They're going to click on that Facebook Live just to see, like, if your house is dirty or if you have boogers in your nose or whatever. Like, they are going to click on your Facebook Live just to see what you're talking about. And if they can hear the excitement in your voice and, see what you're talking about, and they want to be a part of it too. So, just to kind of overview Facebook and Instagram, let's help you come up with a great post. Don't do it on your own. When you're first getting started, we have so many people that come in and they just think, oh, let me just throw this up on Facebook. And then they don't get any feedback from it. And then they get discouraged and think, well, this is not going to work for me. Nobody commented on my post. Well, let us help you, right? Let us help you with how to make a great Facebook post, what to say, how to warm up your Facebook, different things like that. Don't just go at it and throw up a flyer. Don't throw up your website or anything like that. So work with whoever you're working with to help you with that. Do a keto life party ASAP. Get someone to help you or Zoom into your party. Do a Facebook Live. And the people that help, the volume that's going to get you to GoPro and go MVP are the people that know you, trust you, and love you, and are going to buy whatever you're selling, right? Because they know you're not going to be selling them garbage. Now, you're going to, as your business grows, you're going to get a lot of people that you don't know to buy this, and we have a huge advantage because what we have really is so awesome. And we have that really cool campfire video. But don't forget too, one other huge thing is get someone else involved. Use a third party. So when you're talking to people, y'all just got started. I'm pretty sure that none of you guys, and if you are, I apologize, but I'm sure none of you guys are experts on ketones. I've been doing this for over 2 years and have been to lots of keto academies and watched lots of videos, and I still don't know what the heck's going on, right? So this is not something that you should know. So if you're using your mouth, you should be using a tool, is really what we like to say. So get them interested, talk it up, tell them your experience, and then when they come back and they have questions about it, get someone else involved in the conversation, whether it be a phone call, a text, or a Facebook message. Let us help you do the work. And there's just something about that third party. And I'm sure you guys, I don't know if you've ever heard me say this, but I love to use the example of when I hear someone say, you need to go see this movie, it's so good. And then I'll think in my head, oh, maybe I need to go see that movie. And then if I hear more than one person talking about how good that movie is, then I'm more likely to go see it ASAP, right? Same thing with a restaurant or some makeup or a hair product. I'll just do whatever because people are saying that I need to do it. I guess I'm easily persuaded. I don't know. I just want to try everything. But I guess a lot of people are like that because that's how it works. Okay, I'm going to hush for a second and let you guys answer or ask any questions that you have. And Brandy, if there's anything that you think I should touch on, let me know.
Can you give us an example of a post?
Sure. Okay. So when you first get started, I like to say, keep it a secret as long as you can. Don't just come out and say, who knows what ketones or ketosis is. I started drinking these pure therapeutic ketones. Don't let the cat out of the bag. Make a great post. And if you've already let the cat out of the bag, that's okay. We'll help you figure out how to kind of backtrack a little bit. But when you first get started, some great things to do are make a post about, I have not been this excited in forever. I finally found something that I know is going to help me. I've been holding on to these last 20 pounds. Hurry up, mailman, it's coming. Or something like that. And I can get some screenshots and send them in our group message so you guys can have some specific examples. But something like that, just depending on what you're looking for, that's what your people are going to relate to. Like if you're super skinny and you're not needing to lose any fat, then you're not going to really necessarily talk about that. But you can talk about, I haven't slept good in years. I finally found something that is helping me fall asleep and actually stay asleep all night. This stuff is legit. And then people are just going to naturally be like, what the heck is it? What are you using? Without you saying, putting all the information out there. And then when they do comment, the best thing for you to do, and this is crazy, it works too, but just say, messaging you right underneath all of their comments, because the people who may not even really care, when they see that it's like some big secret thing and you're not putting it out there, they want to know too, whether or not they're even interested in sleeping all night or losing fat or whatever. They're going to want in, like they're going to want to know what you're talking about. So they're going to comment too. And then after you've been doing it for a little bit, then you're going to start talking about what it is. But if you'll look on my Facebook too, like I'm not posting pictures of, the packets of ketones or my 5-day trials or anything like that. I'm really just talking about my experience with the product, what it's done for me, what it's doing for other people. And then I keep all of that stuff either in my Facebook and Instagram stories, like the pictures of the product and stuff, or in private message. And I do a lot of reaching out. So many people in network marketing and community-based marketing, they think it's all what you see on someone's social media. Like, trust me, it's not. Now that would be amazing if every day I could just make a couple posts and I could get tons of customers and tons of promoters and my life would just be glorious. And honestly, in the very, very beginning of my business, it was a lot of that. It was a lot of just a few Facebook posts, and then I had people just coming at me. But I've been doing this for over 2 years, and every single month I hit MVP. That's my goal. Every month is to get that 2,000 in new volume. And so I've been doing it for over 2 years, so it's not as easy for me anymore. I can't just make a Facebook post. I have a maxed out friends list, and I still look for new ways to use social media to reach new people. But what I'm doing is reaching out to people. I'm not waiting on them to come to me. So if I can stress anything, it's don't wait on them to come to you. Don't be salesy or don't be weird, right? Like, how many of you guys have gotten those stupid messages from people, and no offense to It Works, but it seems like I get them from them all the time, from the people who sell It Works or whatever, and it's like so copy and paste. It's not genuine. Hey, I'm looking for product testers who want to lose 15 to 20 pounds. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that I don't like that. I think that's tacky, and you may get some feedback from it, but you're not going to get near as much as you being a real person and just reaching out to somebody and being like, hey girl, I know we haven't talked in forever, but I just started something new and I thought about you. I have no clue if you'd be interested or not, but I'm basically obsessed with this stuff. If I sent you a super short video, can you watch it for me? Doesn't that sound more like something that you would respond to instead of something that that person had just sent to 25 other people? So just be real, be you, be excited. What we have is incredible. Nobody else has it. People need it. People want it, and it freaking works. So this is really easy. It does take it. It's simple. So it takes a little bit of work, but it's easy, y'all. We just have to talk to people. But MVP is the base of your whole entire business. Like, you're gonna hit MVP. You're gonna get that extra $750, which was life changing for me, y'all. We needed that $750 so bad. So when we got it, it felt like $1 million to me, because that's how bad we needed it. So whether you need the 750 or not, you need to hit MVP, because not only do you get the 750, but it's going to pay out in the life of your Prove It business with some extra bonus pools that you can be in each month just for having achieved MVP. So it's not just about the 750. It's about, making extra money throughout the rest of your Prove It business. On top of that, it's a great way to help your new people that you have coming in, because you've experienced it. You hit MVP. You can tell them how you did it and how excited you are about it. And it's just a duplication thing. Everybody's like, how do you hit Champ 6? Or how do I hit Rank 3? Or how do I do this? How do I do that? You come in, you hit MVP, you get a couple promoters, and you teach them how to hit MVP. And everybody just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. And before you know it, you've got a team full of people who have hit MVP, hit Rank 2, hit Rank 3, and then you're a Rank 6. So that's what our business is based off of, is helping people hit that goal. And I love that I love our Go Challenge. A lot of people come into any kind of business and they don't know what to do. They don't know what they're shooting for. They don't know why they're even doing it. But if you have an actual goal and somewhere in your cloud to look at it and track it, if you don't know where that is, pull up your rewards tab in your cloud, and it says Go Pro, Go MVP. You can click on the little arrow. It's going to give you a box that's like orangey yellow, and if you hover over it, it's going to tell you how much BV you have, and then it's going to tell you like how much you need to hit your goal. And as you keep going, that bar is going to fill up, and when it gets all the way full and green, you've unlocked your bonus. It gives you a countdown so you can keep up with it. Like, I just love our Go Challenge. I think it's freaking awesome. And then All Star. Let me touch on that really quick. All Star is basically what I just said. You come in, you hit MVP, and usually when someone hits MVP, they've gotten at least 1 or 2 promoters to join them. So you help those people hit MVP. And once you get 5, you get to hit All Star. So you have, is it 120 days? I'm brain dead. I can't even think. I think you have 120 days. So you've got a while to hit that All Star, but that you get an extra $1,000 for doing that. So for sure that's something that you want to work on. Andy said, how do you get people past the cost? Because that holds so many back that I deal with. How do you put the right spin on it to where it doesn't seem like so much? So a couple things, whenever we all have objections, right? And cost is usually the main one. And I always just use my personal experience. Hey, listen, whenever I first found out about this and I saw how much it was, I almost passed out because I was like, we don't have that much money. But at the same time, I knew I needed a change and I had been praying for something. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to give it a try. And thank goodness I did, because this, and this, and this happened for me. I know you're nervous about the cost, but I'm telling you right now, this stuff works and it will change your life. After your first order, I can show you how to get it discounted each and every month. I can show you how to get it for free if you're interested in that. I've only paid for my ketones that one time, and I've gotten them for free every single month for over 2 years. And then also getting somebody else involved in the conversation. You may not have that level of confidence that you just heard me have, right? You may have just gotten started too. You don't even know if this stuff really works. You know what I mean? So you may not be able to tell your new customer all those things that I just said, but if you get them into a group message with me and you say, hey, or Brandy or whoever, hey, Brandy, this is my friend Amy. She just watched the campfire video. She really wants to lose some fat and feel better, but she's just nervous about the cost. I was wondering if you might could give her your experience. Boom, Brandy's going to pop in. She's going to say those same things that I just said, make that person feel so much more comfortable. And then maybe she'll purchase. At the end of the day, some will, some won't. So what next, right? So you're going to go through so many no's before you get to the yeses. And 9 times out of 10, the people who are a no are usually just a not right now. So if they're not willing and ready to jump in and purchase a whole box, I always try to get them to purchase a trial. I'm like, okay, I understand. I know that's a lot of money. Maybe you're not ready for that, but I just really want you to experience this. Do you think you could try it for 5 or 10 days? I have some trials available. I only have a few, but I really want you to try this. You never want to have you want to have an abundance, but you never want it to be known that you have trials coming out of your ears. So I always say, I only have a few left, which honestly right now I do. I'm almost out, but you want to get them to try it. And the same thing, if they're not ready for a trial, you just say, hey, no problem. No big deal. Would you like me to let you know, next time we have a special or next time I have something going on, I'd love to check back in with you. And usually they say, sure, because people really do want this. It just may not be the right time for them. So don't get discouraged. Keep them on your list. Keeping a list of people is great. Whether you use a spreadsheet on your computer or old-fashioned just notebook, write down the people that you talk to. Maybe have a system to where you highlight them in yellow if they do a trial, or you highlight them in pink if they purchase from your website. Highlight them in purple if they're a not yet. You know what I mean? Or just highlight them in black if they're a hard no. But you want to have a list of people so that way you can follow up. You can go back when we have a promo. We don't have, I don't know if we're going to have any or not. It may be months before we have another one, but you better believe I have a list of people who have ordered, or a list of people who said no, or a list of, I have all those lists ready so that I can hop back in really quick and get that information out to them when we do have one. I always, here's 2 more things that I'm going to talk to y'all about. I always mention SmartShip. So, anytime somebody orders, I'm like, hey girl, listen, I want you to get the best deal possible. So if you will put this on SmartShip, you're going to get 22% off every single month. Cancel anytime, no big deal. You can change your product, whatever. You're going to get 22% off every single month. Plus, every 4th month, they're actually going to send you a box for free with your order, like a whole freaking box for free. And I use the voice recorder a lot so they can hear how excited I am about it and like how I sound, right? So if you're not using that voice recorder, I totally recommend that. And then I also say this. So I'm not weird about it, but I always want to mention the opportunity, because you do not know someone's situation, whether it be your best friend, your mom, or someone that you feel like you know really well and you think, Lord, they would never do this. They're not interested in being a promoter. They don't need any money. I know they wouldn't do it, so I'm not going to mention it. Do not do that. Make sure that everybody is aware that you do want them to do this with you. So I like to keep it really short and sweet and simple, but I also keep it personal if it's someone that I know. So I'll say, oh, by the way, I don't even know if you'd be interested or not, but I would love to tell you about how you can get this for free every month, or even make a little bit of extra money. I know you're a teacher and all y'all need ketones, so I think you could really do well at this. Let me know if you want more info. That's it. That's all I say. And then what is the worst they're going to say? No thanks. No, they're not going to say anything. 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, they're at least interested in hearing about it. So every customer to me is also a potential promoter, right? So I at least put that bug in their ear. So I encourage you guys to do that with every single person that you talk to, especially the ones who can't afford it. They need the business. If they can't afford a 5-day trial or a 10-day trial or a box, they need the business. So you could always say, listen, I know you're interested in this, and you said you just don't have the money right now. I'd love to talk to you about the business. I've just gotten started in this, but I'm really, really excited and looking forward to crushing it. My friend Brandy's killing it. She just got to quit her full-time job. You know what I mean? So you can say things that are relatable. You don't have to have your own life-changing job quitting millionaire experience to be able to get somebody to join your team and do this with you. Okay, Brandy, I'm sorry. I get super, super chatty. Do y'all have any more questions or anything? Steven's usually here listening to me, and he's like, can you stop talking for a minute and just let somebody else talk? Amber,
great information.
Amber, did you have a question?
Yeah, I did actually. I hit MVP, and I'm working on building my 5 promoters. And I have a friend, 2 friends that got their 2 first SmartShips. I have another one that's really interested in being a promoter. I went live with her the other day. I got a ton of hits. So when do you start working on your promoters, knowing people love the product like I do? I became a walking advertisement. Now Kathy's becoming a walking advertisement. When did you because I'm torqued up. I just want to get them in a spot where they have the confidence behind the product. Like, what suggestions do you have on not killing your SmartShips when they're just getting started, and not pressuring, but encouraging them to do what I've done, and be able to build them together now when it's an intimate network? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I say are you talking about your new promoters or your customers?
My new promoters. Well, I don't have promoters yet. I have someone who's interested, but she wants to try to, build her network. She's been a hobbit for a while, much like I've been.
Right.
and she's just working on getting the word out before she goes up and then gets discouraged. You know, that's kind of her personality type, is that she just doesn't want to go all in until she's drinking or her husband's drinking. I think they're going to be a great team, but they don't want to go in and then have that clock ticking without having the network.
And that's true too. And that's where, you know, we were when we first got started. We wanted to have all of our ducks in a row and make sure we were ready to go before we got started. So I do have people who come to me and they're like, you know, I just basically just want to get my product for free. I'm not really ready to go after it just yet. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Let's utilize our customer referral program. Let me help you with your building up your Facebook. Let's see how it goes. And if you see that you have more than 2, then we'll talk a little bit more about flipping you over to a promoter. So I don't want a team of promoters who aren't ready to work. What's the point? You know what I mean? Like, I want promoters who are ready to go. So especially because of that Go Challenge, like I would hate for somebody to say, oh, well, let me just be a promoter and then not do anything, miss their Go Challenge. And then a couple months down the road when they've lost 25 pounds and they really want to go after it, you know, they've already missed the boat, right? You know what I mean? Or they've missed out on that Go Challenge. So I think what you're doing is great. Have those conversations with every single person, figure out where they're at and what they're looking for. A lot of times whenever you're working with someone to get their product for free and you're helping them build their social media a little bit, and they do have a lot of influence and they get tons of comments and tons of people who are interested, they'll flip to promoter, or you'll encourage them to, and they will, because they've got a lot more than 2 people. But when you've got someone who's unsure, I say just help them get their product for free and don't pressure them. So what you're doing is great. You're going to find your people. You're going to find your people who are ready to do this. And it's most likely going to be, or a lot of times it's going to be somebody who's done something like this before. So always be thinking in the back of your mind, like, we all know somebody who's sold Mary Kay or Avon or Advocare or Herbalife. Like, there's just candles, LuLaRoe leggings. There's so many different companies out there, and almost everyone has dabbled in something, right? So I think about those people all the time, or when I'm scrolling through my Facebook or my Instagram, I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about her. She used to sell leggings. So I'll reach out to them and just say, hey, I remember back in the day you used to sell leggings. I don't know if you're looking for another opportunity, but I just started this. This is going to be freaking nuts. I want you to be a part of this with me. What do you think? You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. So always look for opportunities to build your business with promoters, because honestly, you can have so many customers and just barely creep up the pole. But once you start getting some promoters who start getting customers and promoters and customers and promoters and customers, your business is going to build so much quicker as a team than you just going at it by yourself. I do love that our company is customer based. I can't remember the exact ratio, but it's like we're like over 75% customers, which is insane, because that's completely unheard of in community-based marketing, because so many companies don't have a product worth a flip, but they just have an opportunity, right? So everybody's coming in for the opportunity. They're selling people crappy products, and their customers aren't sticking around. They're not getting a ton of customers. They're just getting people who need to make money. But what we have here is so great. It's easy for us to get a lot of customers, but we focus on that, and sometimes we forget about the opportunity. So if I can encourage you anything, it's I like to tell people that, yes, the product is awesome. It changed my life. I'm so thankful for ketones. I hope I never have to go a day without them. But this business opportunity is what has turned my world upside down. And so that's what I really want to share with everybody, even more than the product. So there's no right or wrong way about it. Just keep sharing. I mean, you're never gonna fail as long as you're continuing to try. You stay plugged in, you utilize all of us, and you just try not to get discouraged. Just create those habits and focus on what are you doing that's going to get you to where you want to go. Don't just focus on where you want to go. Focus on the things that you can do to get you there. Okay, sorry. That was a little long too. You're muted.
Thank
Hang
you
on.
so much.
Sorry.
ideas. I had the twirly dress addiction for about a year.
Well, what?
Oh, it's like LuLaRoe. It was twirly dresses for little kids.
Mhm.
So that gave me a lot of ideas to reach out to the people I used to buy from. Like, it was bad, but I thought of going, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And if you guys have ideas, like it's great to brainstorm. So I encourage you to use your Facebook threads. Like all of you guys share your ideas with each other. We've had some people do some really cool things. Like, I've never done one, but we had a group a while back. Brandy, I don't even know if you were part of it. I can't remember, but they did like online keto life parties. So they would create a Facebook group and then add everybody, people would add everybody to the group, and then we would go live in the group and talk about different things, talk about the product or the business or the experience, basically like having a keto life party, except you weren't tasting the product, you were just hearing about it. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do. Just sometimes you have to think outside of the box, get creative, but like I said, there's no right or wrong. Like as long as you're doing something, it's right. It's, it's going to be helpful.
We haven't done that in a long time.
Yes, that was so fun. We need to do that again.
I remembered about it yesterday because someone in another network marketing company that I don't know, but I'm friends with, I guess, messaged me and asked me if I wanted to be a part of like a Facebook Live event. And when she described it, it was what we had done before. And I thought, we need to do that again. That was really cool.
Yeah, I get invitations all the time for, I don't know, those kids' books, Useborn,
Mhm.
Usborn, I don't even know how to say it, but I get invitations for those all the time, and lots of different people who sell jewelry or whatever, they're doing their parties like that because, a lot of people love getting out and about and gathering and hanging out with people and, building community, but we also have to take care of those people who are, homebody hermits, and they just want to be in front of their computer and they want all the information too. So I think we should do all of it. So let's do that. Let's plan that.
Live keto live, not live. Like what are they called? Like Facebook parties.
Yeah, just like chill at home in your PJs and win some prizes and hear all about ketones. And I don't know, I thought it was great. We need to do it. Okay, it's 9:15, so I've been blabbing y'all for like 45 minutes. But hopefully this was helpful. And if you guys have any more questions after this that you think of, let me know. I'll be available to chat in your group, or we can do another one of these as you have more people join your team. I'm excited for y'all. Let's go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for getting
Thanks.
on.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.